my Roseboro and Irwin candy containers. These little candles back there hold candy, and then they have a little name tag on each one. There's some of my very favorite finds. And there's the knee hugger wreath I made. And I love Anna Lee. A lot of people don't, but I do. Mostly Santas. I've had all these for a long time. I only like the vintage. I don't like the newer ones. The felt is too bright. That vintage stocking, that's my great uncle dressed up like Santa. And that's my great grandpa dressed like Santa. Then we have the girly candles. They always go here. I have a thing for Santa. I think we all know that. It's an old clock case that I bought at a yard sale. And my son collects nutcrackers, so they all go on top. And then my Santas are below. I've got lots of I've got Holt Howard Santa mugs. Those are Harold Gale Santas. That mouse was mine when I was little. They're mostly vintage. I have a Funko Pop and a few newer ones in there. Just got that guy this year and his twin out of a grab bag. That made me happy. This big jar is just full of all kinds of old Santas. There's my mini Santa mugs. They're in a pop crate. They fit just perfect. More Santa mugs. And then my full-size Santa mugs are down here. Half of them used to belong to my great-grandmother, and we used them every year at Christmas. The rest I found. They're kind of hidden. I put them in there, and then I put Santas in them. Some of my favorites. A little game back there. More little ones. Here's my rubber faced Santas and a rubber deer. And I'm not sure why that frog is in here, but we like him. My vintage tablecloths. There's Santa Claus my son drew in kindergarten 20 years ago. More Anna Lee dolls. Only mice this time. Mice and Santa boots. That little red one is Wax. I just found him. Again, these are all from like the 60s. I only like the old ones. And here are my rubber deer and other kinds of deer. And my vintage red-based bottle brush trees and some mercury glass. A couple stockings. Whenever any of my family members or friends post a picture of themselves on Santa's lap, I keep a copy. And I just had them printed out this year. I like it. It's one of my favorites. My friend Laura, her twins were not happy. Here's my vintage stockings. I don't really have a really good display area for those. And this is what I call my dime store decor. Everything's vintage, new in package. Oh my, ornament hanger boxes and light bulbs and little things you'd pick up at the dime store. Shiny bright boxes, bells. The eggnog I love and the mica snow. Some really good stuff on there. That little girl and that little girl are favorites. Here's the knee huggers. I had that wooden shelf I was going to use in my shop for display, but it's the perfect little stadium for the knee huggers. I think I found 6 this year. They're getting hard to find. Here's my gingerbread. That was my book when I was little. I don't know her. I found her in the bins, and I call her Penny because she cost a penny. And here are all my ceramics. I bought all these to sell, but I was afraid they'd break in transit, so I ended up keeping them all. There's a lot. I added in all my Scotch tape tins and the little plaid thermos. Found all those little choir people in the bins one day. This is a left, and you stick toothpicks in it with little treats on it. And I have my banner with vintage things that I made. More Santa pictures. That's my mom. That's my son. There he is, a Santa. This is my cousin. She's a witch now, literally. My son on Santa. Here's my little German village. I love all those little handmade wooden things. Tiny little animals, and I've got my miniatures here. And that lamp full of Christmas bulbs is always out all the time. My cat's been looking out the window. A big rubber face Santa I got for $2 at a garage sale years ago. One of my first vintage things I ever got. I just got that big snowman this year for 50 cents. More Annalise. I love them. Of course, the tree. All vintage ornaments. Those are my Raggedy Ann and Andy from my first Christmas in Arkansas. All my favorite things. Some elves, my tins. I love my Christmas tins. Then we have the village. That's not very festive, is it? The top is all churches and pinks. I added one of my globes. And this is my little village with the vintage Christmas tree farm. Oh, look, it's Chick-fil-A. Yum. A little S and C. Everybody in my family's names start with S or C. A little backhoe loading up. There's my house. Oh, look, a Krispy Kreme. I live in a really good place. And then here's another tree farm over here with the big blow-up elf on top. That's everything. Merry Christmas.